Africa Fashion Week London is back for its 9th edition. The largest annual fashion week in Europe, profiling African-inspired designs in its entirety, invites you to its spectacular 2-day event holding on the 9th and 10th of August 2019. Whether you want to network with fashion industry gurus or wish to purchase a one-of-a-kind Afrocentric memento in our renowned exhibition marketplace, Africa Fashion Week London promises to immerse you in all things Africa and more. Tickets are selling fast now. Get your tickets at eventbrite.co.uk. Also, don't miss the opportunity to showcase or exhibit your designs at the Fashion Week. Register now at africafashionweeklondonuk.com. Africa Fashion Week London 2019. Book your tickets now.
And welcome back. And the ad you've just seen is for the Africa Fashion Week London coming up on the 9th and the 10th of August this year. It's in its 9th year, and I'm proud to say we were there at the very, very first one. And with me in the studio is somebody close and dear to the project to have a yarn and a conversation with me. Marie Benedict. How you doing?
I'm here.
Great to have you.
I know.
I love
great
your
to be
top.
here. Do you know it's a
It's
designer?
telling the story.
It is. It is. It's a designer from 3 years ago.
3
do you
years
know
ago.
What? It was so hot today. I just dragged it out of my wardrobe. I said,
Look at me. No,
"That will
look
do."
at me. Same here. I just thought it had to be something,
Yeah,
you know,
something light
big, you know.
and-
And of
yeah.
course, Africa Fashion Week, we have to represent.
Yeah, absolutely.
9 years.
Yeah.
What's it been like? The
Been-
journey.
It's been tough, but it's been so rewarding.
Hmm.
You know, every year we get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So and everybody loves it. Everybody comes. Everybody makes an effort, and you know, no matter the pain that we go through just to get it over the line, it's so rewarding. on
And
event
also,
days.
correct me if I'm wrong, I think on the back of the London one, the Nigerian one kind of like took off as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you pretty much do,
Do both of them.
it's a
Not-
whole
not-
year, it takes a whole year
It
pretty much
does.
to,
It takes 1 year to plan London. It takes 1 year to plan London.
wow.
That's, you know, that, and you think that London Fashion Week, they do theirs twice a year. And
Exactly, yeah.
But, you know, you think, how do they do that? Because Africa Fashion Week just takes 1 whole year to plan, you know.
And it's the biggest, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's the
Yeah.
biggest African fashion event in Europe.
Do you know what? I was having another interview,
Okay.
and they said the same thing. And I thought about it, and I thought, you know what?
I don't know anything close.
It must be probably one of the top 3 of African-related fashion.
Fashion, yeah.
So you have
For
South
the
Af-
size as well.
For the size of it. So there's Lagos Fashion Design Week. Okay, maybe there's a Rise as well. But and GT.
Well, those are in Africa though.
But those in Africa.
Yeah,
you know,
in Europe,
it's
I don't know any.
Europe and the US.
I would have
there's nothing
heard.
bigger. I would say Europe and the US. There's nothing bigger than us in. So outside Africa.
Outside Africa,
we are the biggest.
Okay, how many exhibitors?
Oh gosh, we have got this year. We've got split in 2 parts. We've got
Okay.
the high end. So if you want to bring
Okay.
your credit cards, that's the place for
So
you.
what would be the typical price tag for the high end?
I couldn't even.
And these are African designers.
African designers.
Okay.
Yeah, but of the more expensive and the more luxurious, you know, you'll get
And-
the silks and you'll get the
And the finish
you know,
and
the
all that,
finish
yeah. Okay.
So we've got that luxury floor going on, and then we've got an African market souk, which we call
Okay.
it a souk.
The souk, yeah.
And that's going to be for your accessories, of your little, you know, ready to wear.
42 days.
For the 2 days.
Okay.
Ready to wear little pieces. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun. So you can bring your credit card for probably both actually, but.
So for those who've never attended, just trying to
Yeah.
paint a picture for those who are watching the show and you've never been to Africa Fashion Week. I know basically it kicks off from around 10 or 11.
No, 12 o'clock. Doors open at 12.
12, and it goes on till about the last
8.
exhibit was 7, 8, or 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
8, yeah.
And you have the exhibition room, and then you have the catwalk shows.
We do.
Basically, yeah. So, and for this year, for this year, we're having in the exhibition room, there's a high-end
There's
section.
high end. Yep.
Hope they don't pay to get in there.
No.
No.
No, as long as you register.
Okay,
As long
online,
as-
yeah. You have to
as long-
register online, yeah. Okay.
And the entry is.
And then you also have the other side for everyone else.
Yes.
Okay. And in between that, you have the catwalk shows.
We do.
Okay. Now, what do we have this year?
What's new and exciting? So we have about 50 designers.
50.
50.
Spread across the 2 days.
Spread across the 2 days. So we have 5 shows, 2 shows on Friday, 3 shows on a Saturday.
That's 8 in total.
No, that's 5. 2 shows on Friday, 3 shows on Saturday.
Okay.
But within those shows, you will have about 8 to 10 designers, collections. So
okay.
yeah, so the show's gone for about an hour. So you get your full of, you're full of design and fashion and the whole. So it's going to be fun that way. But we have got a designer from the Seychelles. Now, not many people think that Seychelles is Africa, but it is actually offshore Africa. So we're so happy.
Seychelles, Madagascar,
all of them, Mauritius, Reunion Island, all those little islands, but they're all they all make up part of Africa. So
and your designers, do they come from the UK or they come from Africa as well?
Half and half.
Half and half.
Half and half.
Wow.
Or maybe actually it's even more come from abroad. Than they do from the UK. But, I'd say the split is about 60-40.
Wow.
Yeah, so people do travel long way and, to make the effort to come. Yeah, so and we're so grateful for that.
So if anyone's watching right now, because we're on the Unity app, which shows all over the world. So someone's watching in Ghana now and they want to be, say, at a big 10th edition next year, what do they have to do?
They have to get on a plane.
Obviously, I mean, the process, I would hope they got a thing. but would they have to register online?
Yes,
They say we want to be a part of these.
Yes.
Are there
so
fees?
if they want to be a designer, they register with us online, and we don't turn many people away. You have to have a certain level of design, but we want all the up and coming designers who feel that that our platform is for them to register and come on board. We love it, absolutely. We make so many friends, and do you know what the great thing is? The designers. They all meet each other at AFWR, and they've never met each other before, and they don't know about each other.
And relationships kick off from
there.
there.
And the relationships kick off from there, and they all support one another, and it's just so lovely to see.
Do you have designers who showcase in the Nigerian one and then come to the UK as well?
Yes, I think we've got a couple this year who.
I know.
Saunders is coming.
And what's is coming as well? Ire Clothings.
Yes.
Yeah. Kembe guy. I know. He told me he's coming as well.
Yeah, we have a few there.
Okay, now this is a fashion question now. If you look at, because growing up, I remember a lot of African fabrics would look good, but the problem or the challenge most of the time was the finish on the inside. And I've seen a progression in the improvement in the quality of the finish. And for someone who's specialist, obviously in the fashion, with the Africa Fashion Week. Have you seen those improvements? Have they become more clear, glaring?
Of course. They have to. If a designer is serious and they want to attract the UK market, they have to know that their finishing has to be amazing. Otherwise, what's the point? You can have a most beautiful design and you can have a buyer from, say, John Lewis, who just so happens to be in the audience and sees this collection.
You get them in there?
They come. And they sneak in. But they come. We invite them all and it's like, maybe, but we'll find them, you find them in the audience. And this has happened before, a young designer with an amazing collection and a buyer has rushed up to them and said, oh my gosh, we want that in every colour, 50 pieces for every store. And then they look at them and say, oh well, something's got to be done with this finishing. And the poor designer's like, dumbstruck that they've actually got orders, but then starts thinking, well, how am I going to fulfill? How am I going to go to how am I going to go to manufacture? So
there's a gap. To a degree, there's a gap.
Yeah.
Is AFWR thinking perhaps in expansion? Would that be one of the things you might want to look into, like a school or like courses?
We do. We have had that at the back burner in Nigeria, especially. But it's a case of funding, and we need funds to do that kind of thing. So it's a case of petitioning and lobbying the government to say, look, because you can say that the tailors in West Africa make up such a social, income for it's. Huge. Every street corner has a tailor. So why not harness all that, all that resource, that social resource, and actually create West African, design initiative, for example, that the standard is super high, and I think there are initiatives that do that. For example, the ethical fashion initiative that's run by the UN. They kind of do that because they kind of match Western designers with African and Asian and Caribbean artisans
Okay.
to make sure that they, say for
Finish
example,
the
you are Vivian Westwood and you
Okay.
like some beading and you say I want that for all my collection and
Okay.
da, da, da. So this initiative just makes sure that these artisans do get recognised and they're not
And get
ripped
paid
off
right as
and they
well.
get paid
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
and it's almost like a fair trade,
Yeah.
initiative. So, so it is that there is a lot of there is some of that coming on, but we need to own that.
Indeed,
we
yeah.
can't have the UN coming in
I
and
know, yeah.
doing it
Taking
for
control of
ourselves.
that,
We
exactly, yeah.
we should be doing it
And
for
like I said,
ourselves.
funding is always an issue, so that
Funding's always an issue, and until
Government.
governments like Nigeria take that seriously and start building fashion schools like they do in South Africa, there's fashion schools
because the
there.
creatives, the economy was rebased a few years ago, and they realized that a lot of money was coming from the creative industry,
Honestly,
but not enough support.
Not enough support. And if we can do all this without the support, what can we do with the support?
Can
That's what I
imagine.
say, yeah.
This year, I know you're having there's a food
I'm not saying a jollof war's going on in
I was-
AFWL.
I was coming to that right now, so that we don't start a mini war. So there's a food angle to it, because
Yeah.
honestly, the beauty of the culture right now, especially as an African in Europe, is like all the elements have been represented now:
Yeah.
music, film,
Yeah,
fashion now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and they tend to carry each other along. And I know you have a food
We do.
So what should we be looking forward to there?
We've
I'm a
got,
foodie.
we always usually have one
Okay.
caterer because we like to eat. But this year we're having more than one caterer.
So we're having like a nice little section.
Nice little section just out of the way where you can go and peruse and sample and
all that, yeah.
and all
And the DJs, I'm told they're having a handful of DJs. So the
do you know? I think so, but that's almost out of my control. So it's been going on quietly in the background,
okay.
and so I'm just waiting to be surprised. So
Okay.
I don't quite know who's on the lineup, but on Saturday evening show. it's
And
gonna
you
be good.
also have a celebrity catwalk. I heard. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we've got a. You heard it here first. We've got a new AFWL 2016 brand ambassador, and she's a singer, and her
Ooh.
name is Shingi.
Okay, I know Shingi.
You know
She was-
Shingi?
I
Yeah,
know
she's
Shingi, yes.
she's British Zimbabwe.
Zim, yeah.
So she's
performing.
she's going to be performing there. So
Looking forward to
and
that.
she's just releasing a new EP. So I'm sure she'll be performing some tracks. So it's going to be
Awesome.
good fun.
Okay, spread across 2 days, the 9th and the 10th. How can people get tickets?
Eventbrite,
Okay.
always Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Actually,
Or the website.
Or the website. So yeah,
Africa
you'll
Fashion
find-
Week London,
No.
UK.com.
No. Yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
Africa
Fashion Week
I've always
London,
remembered the UK.
UK.com.
Africa Fashion Week London, UK.com. That's
Or
the one.
just Google it
Search-
and we'll come
And you
up.
get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, it's been
Had
a
great
pleasure.
time. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to those 2 days. For some reason, I've shifted the holiday away from that zone, so we're
Yes.
going to have a field this year.
Are you going to bring your nieces and nephews?
It's the whole family.
Oh.
The whole family. are coming.
Well, then they will have to be sitting on front row.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I'm going to hold you to that. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Africa Fashion Week London coming up on the 9th and the 10th of August at the Freemasons Hall in London. For more information, check out the website africafashionweeklondonuk.com or do a search for Africa Fashion Week London on Google and you get to know more about it and get your tickets as well. The program is still for the record. We're going on a break, and when we come back, we're meeting Tola Unigbanjo from Listeners 101.